guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, let's make something simple, practical, cute, and quick. Stay tuned. So welcome everyone to my channel. Thank you so much for deciding to spend some of your day with me. I really do appreciate it. And again, today we're going to make our own double-sided paper and use it on a super quick project. And here is the project that I'm talking about. We're going to make this super cute roll top bag. And when finished, it's going to measure 8 by 8 and it's 2 inches deep. Y'all, this is a perfect any season, any reason, any gender bag. So y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, here's what we're going to need to make today's project. I have one matte piece of cardstock, and it's a medium weight, and this measures 2.5 by 4.5. Then I have a larger matte piece of cardstock, and it's a medium weight, and it measures 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. And so then I have two pieces of 11 3/4 by 11 3/4 lightweight scrapbook paper, and I have already mounted this paper using my Xyron Creatopia. That is how we're going to get that double-sided effect. However, if you don't have a Xyron Creatopia, you can use some type of spray adhesive. Just make sure that you're spraying outside. Make sure that it says that it doesn't bleed through and that it's photo safe. Then you'll be able to use it on your papers without any problem, but please use this outdoors. Now, I am doing the double-sided paper technique, but this is not a project that requires that you have double-sided paper. You can make your project using single-sided if you want to. So again, I have two pieces that measure 11 3/4 by 11 3/4, and then I have two pieces that measure 12 by 12. So if you're making a single-sided bag, use two pieces that measure 12 by 12. So the reason why we're using 11 3/4 by 11 3/4 when I'm mounting to a 12 by 12 inch piece is simply because it's easier to place this down if you're not trying to match 12 by 12 to 12 by 12. So we're just going to take our piece and place it down. Okay, when I was given the measurements for the paper, I gave the measurements backwards, but it won't really matter. My eucalyptus paper is the 12 by 12, and that plaid paper is the 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. And you can see the border that I have here. So by placing that 11 3/4 by 11 3/4 inch piece on top of the 12 by 12, I really don't have to worry about trying to make sure that I do exact placement. And then having this border is not going to matter because it won't even show. So let's bring in our scoreboard, and on 3 sides we're going to score at 2. And because both of these sheets are lightweight, I don't need to score on the opposite side like I did on the boxes. So that's 3 sides at 2. Then we'll take that 4th side and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, at 1 1/4, and at 2 1/4. And then we'll do the same thing with the second piece. We're going to score at 2 on 3 sides. And then on the 4th side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, and 2 1/4. And so now we can fold and burnish all of our scores. And you can see that when you look inside of my bag, I have a nice lined bag. It's not necessary that your bag is lined, but I just thought it would add a nice little touch to this sweet little bag. So there's 1/2, and then we'll go ahead and fold and burnish the scores on the second piece. Okay, so once we have all of our scores folded and burnished, we are going to remove the 2 corner pieces completely from one of the pages. So I'm just going to trim this out and completely remove it. And I'll come over to this side and I'm going to do the same thing. So now we have that removed. Here at the top, we're going to have 3 panels on the edge that we need to remove. We'll have 1, 2, and 3. So go up to the 3rd score mark and drag straight down and then remove it. And do the same thing on the opposite side. So go up to that 3rd score mark, drag straight down, and remove it. So your piece should look like this. Now we're going to bring in the other piece, and this time we are not going to remove those 2 bottom pieces. What we're going to do, instead of cutting down this way, we're going to cut on the score mark coming out this way. So I'll go over to that score mark and cut, and then I'll angle just a little bit. And I'm going to reduce that. I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll go to that score mark, drag out, angle in, angle, and cut. And then I'll take this piece and I'm going to turn it towards me in this direction, and I'll go up to that 3rd score mark and I'm going to drag straight down. But I'm not going to remove all of this. This time when I turn it, I'll go up to the 2nd score mark and remove those 2 panels. And I'll still have this tab on. So then I will just take my finger blade and I'm going to angle just a little bit on that. And I'll do the same thing on this side. So I'll go up to the 3rd score mark and drag straight down. Then I'll turn it to the side and I'll go to 1, 2, the 2nd score mark, and cut straight across. And then I'll angle, and I'll angle. And so now that we have our 2 pieces, before I put these 2 pieces together, I am going to go ahead on the piece where I notched out the corners completely. I am going to go ahead and reduce this because I don't need all of this bulk in my way. So I'm going to take my finger blade, you can use your scissors, and I am going to trim and give myself, I would say that's about 1/2 inch on a glue flap. So you don't have to trim yours if you don't want. I'm just trimming mine because I want some of that bulk out of the way so that when I pinch in the sides of my bag, I won't be pinching through the 2 layers. So now that we have our bag like this, we can go ahead and put it together. And I am going to be using glue because it gives me some wiggle room, so I don't have to be so exact on my placement the first time. I'll have a little bit of room to work with getting it right. So I placed glue right on that bottom panel. Then I'm going to take this panel and we're going to put it down right here at the bottom. So I just want to make sure I have everything nice and even. When I know that I do, I can go ahead and just smooth that out. So now I can take these pieces, I can add some glue here, and I can add some glue on this glue flap. I can bring this piece up. We're going to get it stuck with that. Then I'll go ahead and bring this piece up. And so when I bring this piece up, I want to make sure that I get it matched with the top. And then I'll take my finger and I'm just going to smooth everything down to the bottom. I'll take my fingers, go on the inside, and get everything nice and stuck. And then I'll do the same thing over here. I'm going to take my glue, place my glue on that flap, and then I'm going to place my glue over here. And if you guys happen to hear bells, you're not hearing anything. I have my puppy here with me today, so she is all over the place. So I'll go ahead and get this stuck there. And then I'm going to take this piece and make sure that I have it matched at the top. And then I'll just take my fingers, go along the side to make sure I have everything nice and stuck. And I'll open my bag and I'm going to take some glue and place some glue on these flaps. And then I'll fold them in and stand this up. Bring in my bone folder, get that nice and stuck. And now I can take this and I'm just going to pinch in the sides. And that was the reason why I wanted that glue flap, because I didn't want to have to pinch in through those double layers of paper. So now that I have my bag, I can just take this and roll over the top on those scores that I made, and you can see how gorgeous that is on the side. And to keep it closed, I am just going to use one of my Dollar Tree Velcro dots. So when I get to that last fold over, that will connect right here. I'll take my Velcro dot and I'm going to place it right there. So let me go ahead and peel away the backer. And we'll place that right there. And I'll peel away that backer and we can get that stuck. And that is how we'll be closing this super sweet bag. So now that we have our bag done, I am going to bring in the two mat pieces that I showed at the beginning. This one is 2.5 by 4.5. This is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. Then I have these sweet little stickers that I got from Dollar Tree. And all I want is the word smile. So I'm just going to trim that ampersand away. I'm going to take the word smile. I'm going to look at it so that I can try to get this straighter than I got the other one. So we have that stuck. I'm going to mount that to this piece. So I'll just use my tape runner to add some tape to the back. I'll take this piece and I'm going to stick it to this piece, but I'm going to try to center it. And then I'll flip this over, add my tape to the back. And then I can take this piece and I'm going to put it right there on the front. I could have placed an acetate window on this particular bag, but I chose not to because I really wanted the effect of the word smile. And then I'm going to take one of those scraps that I had left over when I trimmed away for the glue flap on the bag, and I am just going to score at 3/8 of an inch on both sides. And so now I'll take this, fold it into thirds, and I'm going to use my glue to stick it. And I'll place some glue right here. and stick this side down. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and just curl that a little. Now when you take yours, if you want to add this decorative element, you can take it and just put a little loop right there. But I want my loop to be offset over here. So you can just stick your finger through and carry it. So I'm going to add my glue, take this piece, loop it just like that, and I'll take this piece, and you can position it wherever you want. And I am going to position mine just like that. So when you have that back view, that's how it looks. So now we can give that a chance to dry. And while that's drying, I am going to take some of these beautiful paper flowers. And I got these from Tuesday Morning a while back. And all I'm going to do is just take a couple of the pieces and put them down just like that. So I am going to use some wet glue on this part. And I'll take this piece and I'm just going to put it down right there. Then I'm just going to take a few of my glue dots and add some glue dots to this piece. And this is how we will stick it down. So now I can take that piece and put it wherever I want. All right, y'all, so there we have it. We have our second gorgeous roll top bag, and I'm closing mine using Dollar Tree Velcro dots. You can use Velcro dots on yours, or if you want to close it with a magnet, you can. Or if you don't even want to roll down the top, you can do that too. It's totally up to you how you want to customize this and make it your own. So I'm going to bring that first one back in so you guys can see just how cute these are and just how practical they are, because no matter the occasion, you can make these bags very quickly and have something to present a gift or party favors in. Totally up to you. So I hope that you guys have liked this fun, quick and easy, practical project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.